Michel de Montaigne once said, "My life has been full of terrible misfortunes, most of which never happened." And isn't that the perfect description of the human condition? We spend countless hours trapped in fear, anxiety, and anticipation of disasters that never materialize. Our minds create storms that reality never delivers. Yet while life is unfolding right in front of us, we're somewhere else entirely, lost in imagined futures. Think about it for a moment. How much of your life have you truly lived, and how much of it has been spent worrying? We worry about money, relationships, careers, health, and 1,000 other uncertainties. We worry about mistakes we made yesterday, and then we worry about mistakes we might make tomorrow. And in all that worrying, we miss the only thing that's ever real, the present moment. Montaigne's insight was revolutionary for his time, but even today, we're guilty of the same mental trap. We believe that worrying is a form of control. We tell ourselves, if I think about every possible outcome, I can prevent disaster. But here's the truth. Worry doesn't stop bad things from happening. It only stops you from living while you wait for them. Why do we do this? Because uncertainty terrifies us. We want guarantees in a world that offers none. We want life to be a straight road with clear signs, not a twisting path with hidden turns. So we use worry as a shield. We think, if I imagine the worst, I'll be prepared. But Montaigne shows us that this is an illusion. Life is unpredictable. Worrying doesn't change that. It just adds pain to a reality that might not even hurt you in the first place. Imagine you have a meeting tomorrow that could change your life. You stay awake all night, anxious, playing out every possible scenario. But when tomorrow arrives, none of the disasters you imagined actually happen. The meeting goes fine, life goes on, yet you've already suffered for hours, maybe days, over an event that never existed outside your mind. This is what Montaigne meant when he said most of our misfortunes never happen. They only live in our imagination, and the cost of this mental prison is enormous. Worry steals your sleep, it drains your energy, it poisons your relationships because you're too busy fearing what could go wrong to enjoy what's going right. It even kills opportunities. How many chances have you let pass by because you were too worried about failing, being rejected, or not being good enough? Worry whispers lies in your ear. Don't try, it's too risky. Don't love, you'll get hurt. Don't hope, you'll be disappointed. It convinces you that safety is found in staying small, doing nothing, avoiding risk. But safety doesn't exist, not really. The only thing that's real is this moment, and you're trading it away for fear of a future you can't control. Montaigne offers us a radical alternative: acceptance. Not passive resignation, but an active choice to stop rehearsing pain that hasn't arrived. Life will bring enough suffering on its own. You don't need to suffer twice, once in imagination and once in reality. Instead of asking, what could go wrong? Montaigne invites you to ask, what's real right now? And right now in this moment, are you safe? Are you breathing? Are you alive? Then that's what matters. Tomorrow doesn't exist yet. Yesterday is gone. Worrying about them is like running a race that never ends. He believed that by loosening our grip on certainty, we actually gain something far more valuable: freedom. Freedom to act without fear, to speak without rehearsing every possible outcome, to try, to love, to live. The paradox is that life flows better when you stop trying to force it to go your way. Much of our worry is fear of failure, of loss, of death. But Montaigne in his essays reminds us of a universal truth. Fear doesn't prevent these things. It doesn't keep you from failing. It doesn't stop loss from coming. It doesn't make death go away. All it does is rob you of joy before any of those things happen. He said, "He who fears he shall suffer already suffers what he fears." Think about that. If you spend your life fearing pain, you've already chosen to feel it. You carry a weight you don't need to carry, and often the thing you fear the most never even arrives. So what happens when you stop worrying? Everything starts to change. Not because the world suddenly becomes easy or predictable, but because you stop making it harder than it already is. You start sleeping better. Your body relaxes. Your mind clears. You finally have space to think about solutions instead of problems. You start noticing opportunities because you're not blinded by fear. Relationships improve because you're present. You're listening, laughing, connecting, instead of living in your head replaying worst-case scenarios. Creativity flows because you're no longer afraid to fail. And slowly you begin to see that life doesn't require your constant control. It unfolds one moment at a time, with or without your worry. This doesn't mean ignoring real problems. Montaigne wasn't naive. He knew life was full of challenges, but he understood the difference between preparing and worrying. Preparation is active. It's making plans, learning skills, building resilience. Worry is passive. It's sitting in fear, imagining disasters you can't prevent. Preparation creates strength. Worry only creates suffering. Montaigne's wisdom is an invitation back to presence. This moment is the only life you'll ever truly touch. Right now, as you hear these words, you're alive. You're breathing. You have a chance to live fully. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Worry pulls you away from this reality into a phantom world where you suffer for things that haven't happened. Letting go of worry is letting go of that phantom world. When you stop worrying, you stop resisting life. You start flowing with it. You take action when action is needed, and you rest when rest is possible. You stop creating imaginary storms and start sailing the actual sea in front of you. Michel de Montaigne left us this timeless truth. Life is shorter than we think, and most of what we fear never happens. So why waste it in anxiety? Why not live it with courage, presence, and trust? The moment you stop worrying, life doesn't just get easier, it gets real. And when you live in reality instead of fear, everything begins to go well, not because you control the future, but because you finally live in the only thing that's ever been real, the present moment.